Now, the secret to happiness is something that we are all yearning for, searching for, and looking for. Even if you knew what happiness truly meant and it smacked you in the face, how would you handle it? How would you manage it? How would you accept it? Could you accept it? You see, a lot of people put the word happiness through too many cycles in the washer. So you overwash it. You wash the color from the shirt. The reason why you bought that shirt is because of how bright and how simple the color was, how the text was on the shirt. It was right. It was simple. It was cool. But you put it through too many times. Now you don't even recognize that shirt. It's almost like a game of telephone. If I told you something, if I told you I like spring water, and it gets down to the third person, because how their brain is operated, that is too small, that is too simple of a function. The functionality is too simple for their mind. They have no choice but to over complex and overcomplicate situations. So when they get to the third person, they say, I love raining cats and dogs. Where did they get that from? What was their mind in? What type of energy were they in? So, especially when I was younger, I would always ask older people, what is the definition? What is your definition of happiness? Is it money? If you had all the money for you to be comfortable, no longer uncomfortable with being poor, middle class, with all the money, would that suffice? Would that be your happiness? Man or woman? I would ask so many questions. I would ask, so what if the universe took these two things away from you? Would you still be happy? Could you still find happiness? Would your definition of happiness stay the same or change? I would always conjure these questions to older people. And at times I was looking for a specific answer. Aren't we all? We have a premeditated response in our mind that people are going to respond with sometimes, right? But a wise man once told me, the more you learn is the more you realize how much more you have to learn. But let's just simplify that. The more you learn, the more you earn. And this is, we're not just talking about money here. It's wealth, it's energy, it's time, it's love. All of that is on the happiness meter, on the happiness spectrum. Now, what happiness means to you, I would love to know. Put it in the comments. But the secret to happiness, objectively, not subjectively, if I ask you your opinion on happiness, that's you have a right to that. But objectively, the secret to happiness is you acting on the thing that you would never want to regret. Act on that gift. Do what you're supposed to today. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Don't put it off for the new year. Don't put it off for Monday. Don't put it off whenever you're on break, whenever you're on vacation. Because if you say you're going to do it tomorrow, tomorrow never comes. That's the ultimate form of happiness. Now you put this in any facet, in any level of life. When it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, intimate relationships, when it comes to you being a son, a father, a mother, a brother, a sister, a student, a teacher, a leader. You see, too many people think small. People who think they have the definition of happiness think very small, think very minute, think big. At all times, think big. And if you were to tell this to somebody else and they were to look at you with just like a questionable look, think bigger. Think bigger. Because you shouldn't even want people to question, like, why the hell would he? We got to think bigger. We have to raise the ceiling, raise the bar. So doing that thing that you know deep down you would never want to regret, every day, spending time with your family, going to see your mom, going to see your grandma, okay? Calling that person, taking that job opportunity, making that video, hugging your brother, loving your mother, talking to your dad, going out downtown by the homeless people and just giving food away. Act on that. That's happiness. Now, the actions that it takes to achieve these things, that's a different video. But the secret to happiness is action upon the thing that we do not ever want to regret. On our last breaths, are we satisfied? Are we content? Or are we in pain because of the actions that we didn't take? Were we empowering to ourselves and others, or disempowering to ourselves and others? Life is a game, y'all. But not in a harsh, cruel way. Who told you it has to be so harsh and cruel? Life is a game. You are the main character in this game. You have no other assistance, no other help. It's just you. In order to beat this game, focus on you. Well, how do you do that? You start off as level 1. And not in the game with your character. With your character analysis, your character evaluation, you are a level 1. Now, the more levels and chapters that you break, you beat, you achieve, you rise above that, these are all challenges, right? So you may have to crawl under some, jump over some, run straight through it, run through the fire, get burned. Good thing I'm a chameleon. I can weather the storm. I can weather any weather. It don't matter. So you are now a level 5 person. You are now a level 6 person. So you have experienced things that people from level 1 to 5 never really got to experience because you're a level 6. They're too afraid. They're too scared because they are steadily disempowering themselves. They don't think they're enough. They don't think they can do it. They don't think they can achieve it. So due to their inadequacy, they fall short for life. There is no next year for them. There is no tomorrow for them because every day is the same day. They don't have enough money. They too broke. They fell short. They can't do this. They won't do this. They don't have the funds for that. It's always going to be something with them. But you are a level 6 person. So you have the experience, the action, and the manifestation to speak on what you went through. So guess what? Even when that was uncomfortable, it's time to get to level 10. So 4 levels later, you get to level 10. Wow. It's not going to be easy whatsoever. It's never going to be easy. But deep down, we don't want it to be easy. We don't want to take the easy route. We want people to challenge us, to debate with us, to mentally push us. See what we're made of. The more you learn, the more you realize how much more you have to learn. It's in your best benefit to be a better listener, be a better student than being a better teacher. Because how can you become the best teacher? By being the best listener and being the best student, being the best observer. Stop talking. Stop saying, I know. Take that out of your vocabulary. Listen. builds character. So you from level 6 to level 10, oh my goodness. What? Do you know the things that you went through to get there? That you did not want to do, you hated, it was so discomforting, but you did it anyway. You did it anyway in spite of fear. You didn't let those feelings of fear, despair, greed, envy, jealousy, worry, stress, you didn't let any of that stop you because you moved forward. That's the secret to happiness. That right there is the secret to happiness. There is not a special formula that is predicated on whatever majestical concept that you have in your mind and that you were told. Are you going to do it or steadily think about doing it? I'm not in the right mind. I'm not in the mood. It's not time yet. Make time. Get in the mood. Do some jumping jacks. Shake it out. Shake that. Or how about this? Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Stop thinking about the thing that is crippling you. And just... And once you exert that type of energy, you're unstoppable. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a secret to happiness.